Hello, my friends. How's it going? It's Jules. This is Jules Artbender. And today we are going to be making some zines, like Zine. So, like a tiny little magazine. So, this little guy is made out of one sheet of paper. Isn't it adorable? I put some little gold embellishments. I just hadn't written in it yet, but I have plans to do an image transfer or words on these pages. I think they would make cute little Valentines. In fact, in about a week, I'm going to do a class on making a Valentine Zine. Valentine Zine. So I think this is really cool. This is made with some raised elements using some of this modeling paste. So this is made out of one piece of paper. Like I said, I'm going to unfold it. I used a piece of cardstock, which was quite thick, but it did the trick. And so what we're going to do, oh, what's up, Bailey? I see you're here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of doodly paint with some acrylics on the background. We're going to fold it up, which, oh, I don't have my bone folder, so I'll have to go and get that in a minute. But you could use the side of your scissors or anything to, just kind of press the paper down to crease it. But yeah, so grab some, I'm going to use some construction paper today. I'm going to try that out. But if you have watercolor paper, mixed media paper, some cardstock, just know that the thicker the paper, it's just going to take a little bit more to get it to fold. But like this is quite thick, but I've been working with it for a while and now it's doing exactly what I want it to do. So awesome. I'm just going to kind of leave this little guy up here to remind us what we're doing. Ooh, hello. To remind us what we're doing. And we're going to go over some of the other supplies that I've got out. So like I said, the coarse modeling paste. You could also use some sort of gel medium and that could help you out as well. But this is all a learning process for me too. So I've got a gold paint pen. I also have other multicolors of paint pens just so we can write and embellish. I've got some baby wipes today because we're going to use these stencils. And when I use stencils, I like to clean them off pretty quickly. So either you're going to want to put them in your water and just deal with them later, or you can get some baby wipes and clean them off as you go. And that seems to work well also. Okay, so what else are we going to use? Did that. I've printed out some things on my laser copier, just keeping in the spirit of some of the other classes that I've done on image transfers. So we're going to transfer stuff on the stencils, and we're also going to use this new pen that I got, which is a really cool blender pen. I believe it has acetone in it because it stinks to high heaven, you guys. Oh my God. So if you use something like this, just be sure. You can tell it's loaded because it's kind of an off gray color. If it turns completely white, you're probably dry in there, but this is acetone, and just be sure to cap it when you're done. Excuse me. Let's see, what else? A rag. I've got my squirrel hair paintbrush. This is just a round squirrel hair number 2. So just something light and fluffy that's going to cover the area pretty quickly as we paint with our acrylic paints. So truthfully, you could use watercolors, you could use acrylic, you could use gouache, whatever you want to use. Let's just grab what you have nearby and go for it. So I'm going to move a few things around as y'all are grabbing your supplies. And I've just grabbed some random colors of the acrylic, things that I think would look together. These are spring colors. I want to do a spring themed zine because it is cold as balls out there, y'all. I'm in Alabama and I woke up to like 16, 17 degrees. And I'm here to say, no, no, no. I want no more of that. So I'm so ready for spring. So that is my theme. And I'm just going to channel some warm weather coming my way. All right. So to begin. So we're not going to fold it at first. We're going to go ahead and start spurting out some of our acrylic paints. Oh, and one other thing you might want, if you don't have a bone folder, which forgive me, I'm going to grab my bone folder to show you what that is as you're grabbing your supplies. And I'm also going to get like a old credit card or hotel key, just something that I can use to burnish. And if you didn't have a bone folder, that might work well too. So let me grab those 2 things and I'll be right back. So of course I just used these guys so I knew right where they were. So this is a bone folder, and this is what I was talking about. It's just a really thick, dense piece of plastic with curved edges. And people that make books and are into book binding, they use this quite often to get pages to lay the way they want to. So I've got that, or I've got this credit card. Like I said, I probably could use the back of my scissors here because they're so hard metal that I could burnish down the crease there as well. Okay, so hopefully you guys have gathered a few things, and we're going to start with our acrylic paints. And if you haven't grabbed everything, at least grab that because we're going to go through a period of drying. I'm going to try not to put a lot or a really thick coat of paint on the background because I do want it to dry in a normal amount of time. Okay, so I'll just sit that kind of up here with some of this other stuff. And I have fallen in love with this color, this pearlized golden green. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Mary, you're saying the Teflon bone folders don't cause shine on papers when you burnish. Ooh, that's a great tip. That's a great tip. So Teflon is what? Mary, help me out because I'm not really, is that like the stuff that cookware is made of? Teflon? I don't know. Maybe you can chime back in for me and educate us a little bit because I really am not too I'm not too sure on that. I haven't heard of that. I've only found this, y'all. I got this one in like early 2000s at Michael. It says Martha Stewart on it, so that's the only one I've ever known. But I'm eager to learn more. Okay, so I'm going to spurt out some of that pearlized golden green, some cadmium yellow. I've just got some liquidy acrylics here. The heavy bodied acrylics, you know, they just are thicker and they're going to take a little bit longer to dry in my experience. I can mix these with a little bit of water and they're forgiving. So, and I've actually got a piece of paper that is not going to like a whole lot of water. So I'm going to try to keep the layers of paint on this. I'm not going to go over and over it. Once I commit to a color, I'm going to be happy and I'm just going to lay there. It's a oh, thank you, Mary. It's a synthetic resin, she said. That's brilliant. Let's see, a little bit of pink. Yeah, I'm going to have to look on Amazon for one of those because I do notice that I get shiny spots. If y'all don't know what she's talking about, when you fold and like say you folded this right here and came in to burnish, sometimes if you do it too hard, the paper is going to get this shiny quality on it. And you don't want that when you're, especially when you're making things for other people or to sell, whatnot. So I'm a little messy, but that's just the way I roll. I hope y'all are used to that by now. Okay, so I'm going to get some water on my brush and commit to a color. And I'm just going to start making some streaks, striations. If you remember, this is going to be folded up into 8 squares. So I really want each square to have a little bit of each color on it. And that's what makes these so beautiful. So if you kind of think that way in your brain as you're making these, you know, it's okay to get long pieces or do repeating patterns. Get some more water. Because they're going to not be picked up fully on each and every page. You're going to catch pieces of them. So y'all pick your colors and just kind of go around, fill in the white of the page. If you need, try not to rinse your brush in between, and you'll make even more colors. See how that all changed right there? That's very pretty. I've got these oranges now. But if it's getting thick, I definitely am adding some water. And I'm going to take a heat gun to this just to set it. Y'all, these are so much fun. I made these this past weekend when I was on this little girls' scrapbook weekend with some fan-fucking-tastic ladies. Excuse my cussing, but these ladies are just top-notch. Everybody joins together, get things done. It is just a wonderful atmosphere and so encouraging. And the creative spirit that they have is just unifying, and I could not be prouder to be a group in the group with them. So anyway, so I made one of these this weekend, and it turned out fantastic, I think. And I've been bending my brain since I got home as to what else I can do. And here we are. So I also want to make some like Valentine's Zines. I think that would be really cool for Valentine's Day. So we'll do that this next week. I'm going to try to make that my next video coming up for the holiday. I think that would be great. Okay, I think I want some white now. Oh, they are, Mary. They are fabulous people. And I'm going to be honest. I don't know you yet, so I'll let you get to know me a little bit. I actually worked for the coroner's office for 28 years and just retired. So I've kind of been in my own little forensic factory hole here in Birmingham, and haven't really been able to get out and network and meet people before these past couple of years. And I just retired, and I've never been more blessed. Like, this is just fabulous, making art all day, and wow, so great. But yeah, definitely opposite of what I have been doing for my career, dealing with dead people, doing autopsies, in the thick of it every day. Now I love to garden and grow things and paint things and feed my birds and all this stuff. All right, you guys, look at this. This is my little spring creation. I think it's wonderful. Oh my gosh, I can't wait for spring. By the way, one of my cousins just gave me this to make good things, but this is very spring-like, and I've been looking at this and being inspired by it as well. Oh my gosh. Oh, thanks, Mary. I'm glad you're liking it. I'm so glad you joined us. Okay, so what I'm going to do while you guys are completing your paper, I'm going to start grabbing my my heat gun, and I'm going to dry this so I can start demonstrating what step comes next. This won't take too long. And I don't want you guys to be panicked, because you see how quickly I did this. I'm not going over the same places. I just picked like, what, 4 or 5 colors, if you want to count the white, and really didn't overthink it, other than I just want variation on each page. Oh, yay. I love tulips also. So my mom just gave me some tulips a few weeks ago in a little pot that I've had in the den, and I can't wait to get them out in the ground, which is quite frozen right now, but you know, they'll make for next year for me. Gosh, I think she also gave me some, oh yeah, calla lilies. Oh, those are so pretty. Mary, what state are you in? I would love to know. I want to know how much snow you have on the ground. We don't have any on the ground. We got some last week, but it certainly is bitter, bitter cold this week. Georgia, Bailey, my southern girl. How many inches? I bet that was beautiful. Yeah, our little dog, speaking of cold weather, our little dog has this fleece jacket that she wears. She's so cute. She doesn't want to tolerate even being outside now, but she'll at least go do her business with her jacket on. Salem, Oregon. It is 44 and sunny. I'm so glad to hear it's sunny for you. That kind of makes the days go by a little easier. 44 doesn't sound bad, though. I would take that, especially compared to what we're doing. Okay, so this seems dry enough. I'm going to start folding it while you guys are finishing up and drying yours as well. Cool. All right. So this is not origami. I'm gonna put your mind at ease. This is very easy. I'm only going to fold the paper into eighths, and I'm just going to try to do it so that everything matches up. I'm going to have to get my spectacles. I have put this on there. Oh, here they are. Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to begin folding this paper. Okay. So this is why I want a bone folder. So like, yeah, it's folded, but it's kind of rounded at the top, right? So if I get my bone folder and maybe not do it on the side that I colored, but do it on the back side. So like Mary said, we won't get that shiny quality from burnishing on the other side that we're gonna see. Plus, the more you fold the paper back and forth, the more it'll stay also, I've found. So I'm just going to take my bone folder and drag it across. Fold it again. Now, like I said, you could take scissors. Oh, I kind of like that. Move over, Martha Stewart. Okay. Ooh, that's kind of nice. I think I might have found my new folder. So I'm gonna fold it back the other way now. Okay, and do the same thing. Okay. Now I can fold it again this way, or you know what? I might just meet up the two in the middle. I'm just gonna go to where I folded from before. So from the best of my knowledge, these little zines, I think they started in like, oh my gosh, please tell me if I'm wrong. I think they started in the 80s, and people like underground artists would make their own zines and distribute them at like, I don't know, music stores or bookstores, that sort of stuff. And they would only make so many. And maybe they all would be different. Maybe they would be the same and only do a run of maybe like 100 of them. But little comics got put in them, and little people and sayings, and I don't know, anything you really want to do. So it's kind of a cross between a magazine and a comic book, I guess. So I grabbed these images from a book called Crap Hound. That's right, Crap Hound, Craphound. And their big book of unhappiness. So they've got lots of images in there. They're kind of fun. And with my odd sense of humor, I kind of like a lot of what they got going on. So I'm going to use these little guys later. I don't know why I went off on that little tangent. Okay, so hopefully, are you guys caught up with me? And you've got your paper dry, you've got it painted, and you've got it folded. And I'm going to show you what to do next if you guys are all caught up. Oh, thank you, Bailey. I appreciate that it looks beautiful, you said. And it's pronounced zine. Okay, like magazine, zine. Oh, okay. All right, true confessions. So a bunch of these scrapbookers, they use crickets. But when I first saw the word cricket, I kept pronouncing it cry cut. Like, are you bringing your cry cut? Are you bringing your cry cut? So they made a lot of fun of me. So, and you know what, Mary, it might be a Southern thing too, because I've heard it called Zine down here from some other people. So, I think it was produced first though in the Northwest somewhere. So I believe you are correct. I appreciate that. Okay. So if y'all are all caught up, we're going to cut just the middle. And yes, I used this instead of a pair of scissors like this, or you could use an X-Acto knife. But all I'm going to do is carve down this middle line right here. That is it. That is the only cut I'm going to make between these two and between these two. So let's do that. I like just dragging my scissors where I want it. And I can see each side of my scissors. I can see what I'm doing. So I feel like it's getting it. You do what's comfortable for you. You know, you do you. Sometimes I got to do the other side. There is probably a better way to do that, but it works for me. Okay, now, this is the cool part. We're just going to fold it in the middle and bring it out and put it together. And then we're going to continue folding and burnishing. And I'll probably go back and forth a few times. And then I decide later where I want the opening. And you'll understand what I mean by that, where I want the opening. Like where I want the book to begin. Yeah, craft knife, metal ruler, absolutely. My hand's not steady either. You see my little edges, but I'm one of those people that I used to be a perfectionist and it used to matter a lot. And I've learned I can move on and just, if I have less time creating or less time to create, I tend to get things done if I don't fuss with the small things. So like to me, I can always rub these edges down and make them better. I know you said your hand's not steady, so you figured out your perfect solution of a ruler and an X-Acto knife. I like that. Like this, I'm not bothered by this edge. I can always add some paint there so I don't see it. But yeah, here's my little book. I just want you to flip through your book now and try to decide where you want the beginning. So you can kind of massage these and tell your own story with the colors you got going on and decide where it wants to start and where it wants to end. Now, in flipping this around and in choosing this color to begin with, I realize, wow, I was kind of smart using this color to begin with, because when I flip through this book, it kind of matches my motif and I don't notice these middle pages as much. So you might want to think about that with the next one that you make. Okay. You know what else? Okay, so like you like the edges, Mary, like for the grunge, what'd you say? For a grunge look? Yes. And I didn't realize until this weekend when I was with the scrapbookers that they have these rulers now. Like they have rulers with an edge that looks like a torn piece of paper. And you literally just have to put your paper up to it and tear it. And it tears it in this beautiful fashion. Have you guys seen these things? I mean, I've got them in my cart right now, and I think I'm going to order some. Okay, having said that, I'm going to move on to my stencils. So here's my stencils, and I'm just going to pick out, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them for spring. And wow, I probably should have picked these out before we met. So I'm just going to randomness. So tulip. There's a funny little guy. And there. I'm not particularly fond of that one, so I think I might do this one. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm good there. I'm not going to sweat it too much. I just want to show you guys to demonstrate. Let's demonstrate. Yeah, the small stencils are pretty cool. So I just got these off of Amazon. I got like a pack of 100. Oh my goodness. Now it didn't come with the metal ring, so I definitely advise using that because I didn't for the first few days. And of course they were all over the place. But I got a pack of 100 for about $7. So pretty awesome. Okay, so when I do this, I'm actually going to open it back up all the way. So I need to remember where I want my first page. And I think I want my first page. I think I want my first page here because I want the really, really hot pink at the end. Okay, so I need to remember that. This is page 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me see if that's right. Yeah, so you're going to want to do every other one like I did here. All right. So this is how it's going to go down. We're going to get some of our molding paste or our modeling paste or acrylic medium. I've got my credit card here. I'll grab number 1 and get a baby wipe ready because this does go pretty fast. Okay, so I need to think about what direction. This is number 1 and the direction is down. So just fold it up several times, figure out which direction it is. I've got number 1 in place, folding it out. Okay. And I'm going to, where's my card? There it is. Okay, so I'm going to mix it with this hot, hot, hot pink, I think. So I'm going to take some of the medium and a little bit of my paint, whatever color you want. Got it on my card, and I'm going to just, let's see. I have found if I get it on half of my card instead of the whole thing, I can control it better. So I'm just making a swipe like it's frosting, bringing it from the outside to the middle. And that, when I feel like I've got it right, I'm going to lift it up. Now I have to express to y'all, you have to really keep this pressed down so it doesn't shift, so it doesn't smear. And once you do it, you're going to have some on the backside. So I would not reuse this. So I'm going to get my baby wipe. Okay. And that's that. Now I can put it in water if it's not all the way clean, or if I'm satisfied, I can just toss it to the side. Just put it over here. And I usually get 2 or 3, 4 or 5 uses out of these guys before I have to throw it away. All right, let's do it again. All right, so I'm going to grab the next one. I'm going to get these little swirly guys. All right, now I need to be cognizant that this is wet, but I'm also, I know you guys don't have one in front of you, so I really don't want to use that as a cheat. I want to figure this out with you guys. So if that is the front, my next page is right here. Because here's the front, here's the next one. So I'm going to hold on to that one and unfold it. So the bottom is this one. This is the one I'm working with. Now I'm going to choose to use, let's see, I can use different colors in each one. Yeah, I'm going to use different colors in each one. I think that'd be kind of fun. All right, so I'm going to do some of this yellow. And I'm going to go over here where I mixed the pink because I kind of like how things move and change when I add colors together. All right, so I'm going to make sure something's underneath here. Let's see. Okay, make sure everything's flat. I've got it where I want it. Outside in. Oh, I think I got a skip in this one, so y'all will be able to see how I deal with that. See, and I'm getting my card up underneath where the plastic is and helping it to lift up. Okay. All right. That one actually worked out pretty good. Let me see if I can get down some more with my camera for you guys. Very good. Okay, so I'll clean this one off, put my card back. mostly clean, so I'll just put it in the water so I can finish it up later. All right, so let's figure out where my next one goes. Everything's wet. 1, 2. That means it's this one. Here's the bottom. So we're just going to skip one and go over to the corner. I'm going to do this one with some more white. Now, I know you're wondering, these are getting lost in the background. Yes. However, we can go back with white paint pens, other colors, and doodle around it and really make them pop. I just put a little bit of a gold paint pen around these, and you see the difference it makes, even though the yellow is still in the background. So we can manage that. Okay. All right, so right here, I'm going to grab this one. Nah, I'm going to grab this one. I think I want something more flamboyant. Maybe more daisy-like or dahlia. Yeah, I like that one. All right, so we're going to do this one. And what color might I want? I think I want some more white. And I'm going to mix some more of this medium into it. It's going to be a lighter yellow color. Okay, I'm going to try to get it on just half of my card. That's pretty good. So I can control it. And put my glasses back on. All right, here we go. All right, I'm going to press it down pretty hard. Now this one's got a lot of stuff going on and it's wanting to pucker up on this side. So I really need to be aware. I'm pressing down pretty firmly, trying to get it in one swipe. I think I did a pretty good job. Okay. And okay, I'm flipping my card and using the clean part to get up the edge. And, oh yeah, that looks good. Okay, I'm going to clean this one off. All right. Okay, one more. Okay, so the last one goes here. And I can tell because those two are facing that way, and I've got to have two facing this way. It's going to be every other. So right here is the one. And I'm going to put these flowers here and mix it with, I want this lavender color, I think, just because it's so different from the other colors that I've already got there. Like a periwinkle or pale lavender. And you know what? That might actually be pretty with that too. I'm going to see what that looks like real quick. Kind of graying it out, kind of greening it. Okay, I don't like that, so I'm going to wipe this off. I'm just going to go for that periwinkle color. Get some more medium. Where's my medium? So yeah, you see, I'm just kind of trial and error, playing with colors, seeing what might look good, what might not. There's only one way to find out, right? You just got to work your way through it. Love experimentation. Oh yeah, this is a neat color. It's really going to pop from that background. And I want that last page to just look a little different than the others. All right. So my paper's kind of bent a little bit. I'm going to get this. Okay. All right, so this is a good example of me smearing and me getting it outside of where I want it to be. All right, so we're going to troubleshoot just a little bit, which is great. That's how we learn. That's not a baby wipe. That's just a rag. Okay. Yeah, let y'all focus I did. So what I'm going to do is get a clean baby wipe because I've used that same baby wipe for all four. All right, I'm going to clean my hands off. And I'm just going to wipe this. And it's going to come clean because you know what? Acrylic is plastic, essentially. And so it didn't smear. It was already dry. And now I'm just going to try to get in here with my finger. Now, if this doesn't work, which it really didn't, I could use a Q-tip. I could use a paintbrush. Yeah, I could use a small paintbrush. Let's see if I'm just going to try to lift some of this up before it sets and kind of paint it into another little flower. Let's see. So the first ones I made, definitely I had to fix each and every one. I've kind of gotten a little better as I've gone of using these stencils and doing this, as you will too. All right, so I think I'm good there. I'm just going to throw my card into the water, deal with it later. Oh, no, I did use two. I used two to make those four. I just found another rag. So that was 3 baby wipes. Ugh. I try not to use a ton of them, but it certainly does help when you're using a lot of chunky stuff, you know. Okay, so next I'm going to take the time to dry this with, you know, my heat gun, or if you've got a hair dryer, go for that too. I'm going to try to only do this a little bit, at least enough just to get us going to the next thing. I also like drying the back side as I go. I feel like that really helps accelerate the drying time on these things. Ooh, that's a good idea, Mary. Using my old painting baby wipes as a little collage guys, which I love collage. I think that's a great idea. And you could just Mod Podge it down. Hell, you probably could image transfer on top of them too. Ooh, we should try that one day. Image transferring on top of old baby wipes that you've used with all the different colors. That'd be super pretty. I'm loving the spring garden. It's really coming together. Okay, so as this is drying, I just want to talk about this blender pen I'm about to use. I ordered it off of Amazon. I was told it's the only blender pen that does this. I know I said in the intro it's acetone. That's what I figured it out to be. But whether or not other ones will do it, tell me, please. I'm not sure. This is, like I said, new. I've done the tape method. I've done the Mod Pod method. I've done the method with acrylic paints in all my videos, but now I thought I would give this a try with the laser copy image. Okay. So this is pretty much, I think I'm good to go here. See how quick that was? Just a thin little layer. So pretty. Yep, napkins, the napkin idea. You know, that very first video I did of starting an art journal, week number 1, we used some cocktail napkins. That works super duper well. All right, here we go. Let's give this a try. Well, let's fold it up first. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna fold it back. The one I wanted up front was this one. Oh, what a sweet little book. Oh, heavens, that is precious. Love it. I can't wait to embellish it. Look at all the flowers and the. Are y'all as enamored with this as I am? I just think it's flipping awesome. Okay, I'm going to try to transfer my images, and then we're going to go around and embellish our little guys. I'm just going to let them dry a little bit longer before I mess with them. So let's see. Our first one, this is number 1. So I only have 3 images because I only want the images on the inside of the book. So I want my first image on the left side, which would be the second page. And I'm going to put this little lady right here. All right. So with the blender pen, I've got a laser copy, and I'm probably going to do half of this girl at one time. All I do is I lay it face down, and you can see as I put this on top, it turns translucent. So I can see where I've put the chemical. I'm going to close the top, grab my bone folder, and I'm just going to burnish this. Now you really have to keep the paper in place if you do not want a blurred image. Once I've gone over it, I'm going to move my hand and I'm going to do it again. Well, the first time I saw this, I was like, what? Now I'm understanding how people are doing some things so fast. Burnish. Okay, so I've only done this a handful of times, so hopefully this is going to work. Now I've had some that the paint has come up before, like the acrylic paint, but I've had some that have just worked perfectly. And look at that. There she is. Wonderful. Oh, thanks, Mary, for stopping by. It's been a pleasure having you. Nice to meet you. Stay warm. Well, if I only do half at a time, Bailey asked why I only do half at a time instead of the whole image. If you saw, once I got through just putting chemical on the bottom half, the top half was already drying. So you really want to work quickly instead of coating the whole thing and then coming back up to the top and realizing that it's evaporated already. So there's that one. I'm going to keep going. So I'm going to do the next one. Yep, timing all day. So this one's really cute. I'm going to get her looking up. And plus, I didn't cut this paper so large that I've got other things to hold on to. So I really have to put my hand down on top of her. All right. And notice I leave my top facing up so I can easily recap it by myself and I'm not moving the paper that I'm holding down. Okay. One more time. So you can do this on fabric, which I think is fascinating. Now, can you launder it several times? Not so sure. I mean, I think eventually it'll wear out of the fabric, but if you just wanted something short term or you wanted to print some funny saying or something, you could get 2 or 3 uses out of it before the image would start to disappear. I think that would be a ton of fun. All right, here we go. I'm going to pull it off. Boom. Look how good that one did. Bam. And you can tell a little bit of the paint came up on her too, but that's flipping awesome. All right, so 1, 2, my last one is right here across from the blue. And that's going to be this lady that's like, what? Where is spring? I want spring. Okay. I think right there is perfect. Isn't that like ultra satisfying? It's practically instant gratification. You don't have to wait for things to dry like we did with those other image transfers using Mod Podge. I can tell my pen's starting to wear out some because it's taken a lot more to saturate the paper. Hopefully I can get through this transfer. Oh boy, my cap fell. Okay, and then one more time. Crossing my fingers. Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm running out of ink. Do you see how it's not saturating as well? I'm really having to go over the same area. Oh boy. I didn't cap it because I know my pen's running out of ink and I don't have a lot on the paper. Trying to salvage what I got. Okay. I think I got it. Boom. Whew. Isn't that cool? All right, let's fold it up and see what I've got now. And it's getting easier and easier to fold every time. Let's see, where's my front? Here's my front. I've got her and her and then her. It's great. Now, once you use these, you really can't reuse them. The toner has come off of them and you really just need to throw them away. Okay, so what next? I'm going to grab my gold paint pen that is right here, and I'm going to embellish our recessed, not recessed, our flowers that we built up. And I'm just going to kind of doodle on them. And just kind of accentuate what they are. Find my glasses again. How many uses can I get out of this pen? I bought the pen. I bought the pen last week, but I used the heck out of it over this weekend, and I used it on a lot of fabric. So I'm not sure if that made a big difference or not. But I probably got, let's see, I did a bunch of images the size of those girls, and I probably got probably 40 images before it gave up. So that's not too bad. The pen only costs like $3. So for $3, I got 40 images. I'm pleased with it. So this is what I'm going to go do is go around these flowers on each page and just embellish what I've got. I'm not overthinking it. I'm just giving it one line. I still want to see the color that we put down on this raised part. I want it to be like a glow around this gold. Okay, there's that one. This is a fun one. Just going to kind of dot these. So Zines are fun. You can just doodle. You can Zentangle on them, write words, transfer images, anything you want. You want to make a statement, or you've got a thought, or, you know, a bone to pick. You've got something you need to just get off your chest. Hey, make a Zine about it, you know. You went outside, you saw the most beautiful bird you've seen like all month. Oh my gosh, make a Zine about that bird. I think that would be great. There's that one. Look at her looking at that flower. Love it. And then this one. Okay, now this is the one I kind of messed up a little bit, so I'm just going to kind of improvise and make it look the way I want it to and not worry about where that purple is. It's not perfect, but it doesn't matter. I might even do that. Okay, and then the only other thing I want to do is say something about spring. Because I want this Zine or Zine magazine to be about springtime. So let's see. I am ready for, I'm just going to put, I am ready for spring. I am, and I can embellish this if I want to and kind of flare out some of the sides of these letters. I am. I am ready for it. So I've learned something about S's. So when you go to like thicken S's, I'm always tempted to do it at the ends, but really you should do it in the middle more. And that just gives the S more to stand on. It doesn't look so spindly in the middle. Yeah. So I can now always go back, with other things, embellish more colors. I can always, come in, say her hair or her shirt. I can give her a gold hairband. I could give her a white hairband. Let's give her a little white. Maybe put a white shirt on her. That would look kind of cool. White reminds me of spring. So I'm just going to kind of go in and make her stand out just a little bit more. Just to set her apart from the background. To bring her forward. Add more water. I can wash lightly over the toner and it still stays. Right there. I could, give her some brown hair. I don't have brown out, but you get the idea. Pretty nice. I could always, if I wanted this to stand out more, our flower over here, I could always add some white to pieces behind it. Okay, can do that. Smear it around. Yeah, I think I like that better. Just smear it around, just a little bit around it to offset it. Let's see, what else could I do? Yeah, I could put white in her little bow on her dress. And her, maybe we'll give her some polka dots. Give her some lipstick. That's the same color. No, I don't like that. Get it off there. Anyway, you get the idea. So yeah, my Zine is about spring. I am ready for it. I am. So yeah, make your Zines. I'd love to see what you guys come up with. In retrospect, use a piece of paper that's going to be the coloration or the colors that you use so it doesn't look funky when you see the insides. Or you could even, I can open this back up and paint on the other side to get rid of that whiteness. And yeah, I think we're going to make some more of these. We're going to make some Valentine's Zines here in this next week or so for Valentine's Day. So get ready, and I am ready for spring. Are you? Cheers. It's Jules. See you later. I'm rambling now. All right. Where's the button? Here it is.